My name is Misa Hylton, and I'm an image architect.
Wow, wonderful.
Yes,
Just,
that's
oh my
me.
gosh. Can I be one of those too? We're going to take some classes.
You already are.
Yeah. You know, I've got a couple of questions for you. So the first is, and this is a long one, so I'll put this in a couple of pieces for you.
Okay.
One of the most common questions we often receive in our personal work is, how did you do it?
Right.
Is there advice you generally share with young creatives or creators looking to find their purpose?
Absolutely. Young creatives, well, first to answer the first part of the question, how I do it by intention, belief, trusting myself, trusting my vision, because that's God's gift working through me. And so I don't look at anyone else or look at anyone else's race. I'm in my own race, my own journey, my own path. And I know that my work is my art and it's my gift. So believe in yourself. What I would tell young creatives is to always believe in yourself, trust the process, don't give up, stay passionate, keep your head in the game, because things are going to be challenging. There's going to be many ups and downs, and don't be too hard on yourself.
Sure.
Have fun with it.
Sure.
Life could be a rendezvous.
Listen, I think that's so important, because we don't get enough messaging to not be so hard on yourself. We almost just set expectations for ourselves that nobody else has for us, right? So we're holding ourselves to this false standard. So I think that advice is absolutely
have fun
golden.
with it.
Absolutely.
When you get to create and do what you love, it's such a blessing. So have fun with it.
Absolutely.
Have fun. And life can be amazing. It really can.
No, Misa, I think that is fantastic. I'm going to just jump in and start talking about fashion, and especially, you know, again, congratulations on the Netflix documentary, which is so powerful and such a wonderful way to tell your story and part of the journey you've been on. So with music being so intrinsically connected to individuality, how did you find your style early on?
You know, I was born with my personal style. I came out the womb that way. As early as I can remember, at about 5, 6 years old, I was changing my outfits and my hairstyles 3, 4 times a day, getting in trouble, making extra laundry. But I loved image and I loved creating. And as a creative, I was my first canvas.
So Misa, growing up in Mount Vernon during a period when hip hop culture was really starting to blossom, what are some of the earliest trends you remember?
Bamboo earrings, gold hoops, accessories, the accessories. I love accessories in detail. And so those were the earliest trends that I loved, you know, that I saw in hip hop, and they were celebrated. And they felt so regal to me, you know, and I just connected immediately. I love jewelry. I really do.
I see you have an amazing collection on today. We're going to be trading some notes after this time together. But, you know, I remember when we first started talking, and you're like, okay, great, yes, you know, we'd like to do this. I'd like to do this with you. What about the accessories? Can I do all the accessories?
That was my first question.
You can't do the accessories. Why not? You know the accessories. You said, I don't know if you remember, you said you know the accessories are critical. You said the accessories are important. So, yes, I do know that. Anyway, let's talk a little bit more about the styling aspect of the work you've done. So, the chemistry that needs to exist between a stylist and an artist, and you've certainly worked with some of the world's best music artists. Talk to me about that chemistry. How do you find that connection so that they can step out onto that stage or that video moment or and be them, but also be this vision you've created?
So for me, like working with the artist is, you definitely need to have a chemistry, right? And I'm a firm believer that the people that you're supposed to create to, they just come into your experience, right? So I believe that first. So but carrying that belief just in communicating and talking and listening, not only with my ears, but my eyes and everything, using all my senses at the same time to understand how they communicate, what their goals are, what their insecurities may be, and you know, how they want to show up for the world. And of course, listening to the music and becoming inspired, and then the co-creation is magical because it's authentic. It's not about anything else going on outside in the fashion world. It's about really connecting and understanding what the client wants to achieve. And then once I understand that, then I'm able to create something that is in alignment with that vision.
Absolutely. So it's almost as much work goes into that connection point before you get into fabric or print or silhouette. That comes, but wow. Okay. Well, listen, and listen, just as we've witnessed working with you on this capsule, how you've brought all that in, and I would say, you know, so flipping it, you know, I guess you're sort of the client or the artist in this relationship, but your ability to come into the Macys family and also listen. And understand. And so some of your earliest questions were, I want to understand what the INC brand looks like in totality. Like you didn't even want to get it. You could have easily come into this conversation like, I want this, this, and this. I was trying to pull it out of you. You're like, no. I want to understand the brand. And once I have that work, so Misa, you are consistent, of course.
Thank you.
How do you want people to feel when they're wearing this first Misa Hylton for INC collection?
I want women to feel beautiful. I want them to feel excited. It's something about feeling beautiful, like really feeling beautiful when you get dressed, you know, and you look in that mirror and you check yourself out and you have an energy and you're ready to conquer the world. So I want every woman to feel beautiful. I want them to feel like they can conquer the world. I want them to feel very feminine and special.
Well, I can tell you, which I don't have to tell you, but I can tell the world that this first capsule is going to do that effortlessly, almost going to be like magic. Really, I'm telling you, as we were just joking before, you know, even as we've been working off the art or the CADs or the drawings, that energy, that fashion, that specialness, it jumps off the page. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Really? I've looked at a lot of CADs, but wow, there is such an energy that gets captured. So. Again,
thank you. Thank you for that. You know, I just really trust myself and I trust my vision and what I want to see. And I don't compromise on that, you know, like in...
I know you don't compromise. Trust me, I'm very well aware of the lack of, no, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding.
Because I'm so deliberate about it. I just trust myself. I believe in it. I know the way I feel. And I know that I can share that with the world. And that's what I love most about this collaboration, being able to share my creativity and my art and this special feeling, which is magical.
It really is. Let's talk a little bit about Macys. What are some of your earliest memories of Macys?
My earliest memories of Macys is spending time at my paternal grandmother's house in East Orange, New Jersey. And every weekend we would go to the mall. And so during our trip to the mall, we would always have to go into Macys. And so thinking back to that time, it brings up so many warm memories and my childhood and shopping. Who knew I was going to grow up and be like shopping for a living? But I had a great start with my grandmother, that's so wonderful. It really reminds me of her.
Wow, no, that's absolutely wonderful. Tell us a little bit, or tell me a little bit about what has inspired the work and what you've done in this first collaboration.
So my inspiration stems from my love for my Asian culture and my African American culture. And I love prints. I love color. I love boldness. And so this was the perfect opportunity and brand to do it with.
We agree. I don't want to go back. I want to go back to just the comments you were just making before about shopping with your grandmother at Macy. So if you go back to those earliest memories, could you ever imagine back then that one day your own children would waltz through a Macy's and there's their mom's collaboration up in lights?
I could have never imagined that I would be working with Macy's, that I would actually have a collection that people could buy, that my children could see and be proud of in Macy's. I would have never imagined that. No, not at all. So it makes the experience even more magical. and I'm enjoying every moment of it.
That's wonderful. We are enjoying every moment of it with you. I have one more question for you, and it's a little bit off of what we've been talking about, but I'd like to talk about the significance of Black History Month in 2021. So certainly Black History Month, an important month for Black people, but how will it be and feel different in your mind for 2021?
You know, Black History Month for this February 2021 will be, it'll feel different. We've been through a lot in the last 12 months, and particularly in amplifying our voices and coming together. So we've been through a lot, but then we came together. And this was the first time I've seen us come together in such a powerful way and unite and have each other's backs and realize, you know, we have to speak up about the disparity in fashion, how we've been marginalized, how our opportunities have been not like others. You know, we've been, we haven't been celebrated in a way. We give so much creatively. We give so much of our energy. We're copied so much. There's so much that has happened. So this month, I think that we'll be celebrating and we'll feel empowered and have a newfound confidence and really be holding our head high, because there's been a lot of changes that have happened. I love what the Black in Fashion Council is doing. I love Harlem's Fashion Row. I have my Misa Hylton Fashion Academy. So we're all about protecting, educating, highlighting, celebrating, financing Black creatives. And this is the first time that I know about organizations like this. This wasn't around when I was growing up. I mean, I remember going into certain rooms and another Black person may not feel like they could have your back because their job and livelihood would be in jeopardy. And it's a sad truth, you know? Absolutely. And so now we know we don't have to take that mess anymore. And I got your back, girl. I got your back, brother. And we're gonna do this together and make sure that we have more seats at the table, make sure that we create our own tables, make sure that we protect and honor and celebrate our own. And so that's the energy that I feel we are all gonna collectively feel this February.
Wow, wonderful. Well, Misa Hylton, again, I could also do this with you every day. We could just get your schedule aligned. We could just sort of work this out. But, you know, again, I just want to thank you, your commitment and your passion and your vision. And it really, I'll go back to how I started, it is a true, true honor to do this work with you.
I'm
we are
honored.
So excited about bringing your vision and your light to the Macys consumer. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm honored. And you know, just to be here and have this experience has been so wonderful. My team.
You have a fabulous team.
I do have a fabulous team. I have the best team.
Give them a shout out. They are really some of my faves. Don't tell them that, because you know.
Yes, they are the best. I'm tough on them, as I should be, but that's why they are the best.
Yeah, really, and they are.
Because excellence is the only way, right?
100%.
Yes.
100%.
I love them, and I love you.
Thank you, Misa, and I love you too. Thank you.
Okay.